2.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakuru Batubo, and it's a pleasure having you on the other side of the radio. 16 minutes gone past the hour of 3, and today the big stories basically will be or is about the ministers and their promises. So I've highlighted about 4 ministers, 4 of them who have, come out with strong words. And I'm asking the question, if you're on Facebook, we're live there. Nigeria Info PH is the handle. Also active on X, formerly Twitter, Nigeria Info PH. And we are live on YouTube as well, Nigeria Info PH. And I'm asking the question on these platforms. What do you make of these ministerial agendas? What do you make of it? And I'm asking because these ministries that I've highlighted are very, very particular and important ministries. I'll tell you why. So yesterday was all over the news. Wike was quoted as saying, you also had the soundbite on our news bulletin, that it was going to demolish houses and properties that is on the right of way. It was going to take the system here in River State to Abuja, where illegal stalls and shops and all of the likes will be brought down. Markets that are not in the right places will be brought down. People who build houses and places that are not they're not supposed to build on will have their houses destroyed. He talked about people with C of O who refused to develop, would also see their CFO withdrawn. He did say a lot of things. He also said that it will end open grazing, and that really did struck me, because I know in River State when he was governor, he signed the anti-open grazing law, but I still see, I can dare say, I still see, cows here and there moving from point A to point B. Not as it used to be, but still they move nonetheless. So I'm wondering if you will be able to achieve that in that vicinity, given that majority of the people who reside, or can I say majority, but a large number of people who reside in the Federal Capital Territory are northerners, and usually they are headers by nature. But that's the first one. That's for the FCT ministry. But the governor's come out to say it's not vendetta. It's not going to be out of spite or any of that. What do you make of it? For information minister, the information minister has come out to say that his ministry will not tell lies to cover up the shortcomings of the federal government. I've taken this from 2 perspectives, and the first one is he saying that the previous minister for information told lies to Nigerians. Remember, this is APC to APC government. I'm just thinking out loud. That's the first perspective I'm looking at it from. But the other perspective I'm looking at it from is it possible for the Ministry of Information to, give us information or data or statistics that are not favorable to the federal government's image? Because then again, the Ministry of Information is supposed to inform Nigerians. That's supposed to be the standard. But given the kind of politics that we play in the country, given the kind of politics where we try to ensure that we keep the opposition down, and that's how we do it in the country called Nigeria. Is it possible for the Ministry of Information, to give, information that makes the government look bad? I don't know. How are you looking at that one? So what do you make of that statement? It says we won't tell lies to defend the federal government. And this is from Mohammed Idris, who is now the Minister of Information and National Orientation. Idris also said that national orientation would be a core aspect of the government, and in a matter of days, they would roll out plans to Nigerians. Okay, all right. Promises made. Do you think it's achievable? Like I said, I've drawn out 2 perspectives for you to look at it from. But let's move on to the next ministry. It's a ministry that you and I talked about on Friday. I talked about the ministry with Onyekachi, once you remember. Also talked about it yesterday, and now it's in the news again. It's the Ministry of Niger Delta Development, and the minister, who is Abubakar Momo, has come out to make his own promises. He says, you know what, I'm going to make sure that the Niger Delta is safe and secure. I'm going to remove insecurity. I'm going to ensure that all of the troubles we see in the various parts of the Niger Delta will no longer be there. But you see, the one thing that many Niger Deltans have been clamoring for, which is the East-West Road, was also mentioned, and he said he's going to fix it. He said he's going to bring development to the Niger Delta. What do you make of it? Do you think bogus promises, big promises, or finally, maybe we should give this man a chance and see the possibility of fixing some of the infrastructural deficit that we've seen in the Niger Delta region? Remember, we are the region. When I say we, I'm talking to you and I. You, myself, and every other person who lives and does business in the Niger Delta. We are the people who bring out a large chunk of the wealth or the revenue for Nigerians. So we deserve to have some level of development, I should say. And that's why I have a grouse with the Niger Delta Development Ministry that has been in existence since 2008, and I'm wondering why development is yet to spread across the Niger Delta. Some people say it's because there are 9 states, and the problem in the Niger Delta is huge and mammoth, and as a result, of course, it's going to take more than just the NDDC or the Niger Delta Development to develop it. But what do you make of Abubakar Mama's promises? What do you make of it? I've got a commercial break coming up in about 2 minutes, so I'm just going to run quickly so that once we're done with the commercial, I'll just open the phone lines and get your thoughts on the promises of the ministers. I beg your pardon. I'm looking forward to promises he made. He also talked about basically fixing the East-West Road. According to him, it holds a crucial significance in the region's development. All right, so that's that. He also talked about ensuring that setting strategic policies and principles are put in place for the Niger Delta region. But let's move on now to another interesting ministry, and this time it has to do with the Ministry of Solid Minerals. Dele Alake is the one who's in that ministry, in charge of that ministry, the minister in charge. And yesterday he was in high spirits, very, very happy. Talked about him being very close to the president, and that's why the president entrusted him with such a crucial ministry, because the president trusts him. Okay, I think it's time. I'm looking at the screen. It's time for me to go for that break. When I come back, I'll tell you about Dele Alake. Do stay tuned. You're listening to Hard Facts with yours truly, Kala Dakurubatibo, and you're listening to it on 92.3 Nigeria Info. 27 minutes can pass the hour of 3. And I was just telling you about the big stories, and basically the big stories about the new ministers and their promises. And I did highlight a few of the ministers and their ministries. I know I just did the ones I feel and believe are very important to the development of the country called Nigeria. And I started with that of the Ministry of the FCT, and then I went on to the Ministry of Information, and then the Ministry of Niger Delta, and now I'm looking at the Ministry of Solid Minerals, and the person in charge is Dele Alake. And I was saying before the commercial break that Dele was saying that the reason he was given such a sensitive and important ministry is because of the love and trust that the president has put on him. And yes, even though he has been in the communication field almost all his life, he tried to explain the reason why he was put there. And he said it was put there because the world is moving away from hydrocarbons, and the world is not looking at other sources, of energy. And that's where he comes into play. And he's going to try to diversify from oil and gas, and he's going to look into solid minerals like gold and the likes. He made the promises, and I'm asking diversification yet again. This is not the first time they are telling Nigerians about diversification. This is not the first time that a government is coming up, rolling out plans and saying, we're going to diversify. During Goodluck's time, it was agriculture. Same thing, I think, during Obasanjo's time. We had the conversation around agric and all of the likes. And now, we're looking at solid minerals, and I'm wondering, remember, part of the reasons why banditry, multiplied in the northern part of the country is because of the extraction of gold. It's been a crazy situation, but I'm wondering if, they will be able to match actions to the words that they have spoken. So I'm going to open up the lines. And I'm going to ask you what you think. The big story is basically about the ministries and the new ministers. Remember, yesterday, the president said Nigerians are holding him accountable, and so he's going to hold the ministers accountable as well. And I'm wondering, do you think these promises will be met? That's our conversation on the big stories for today. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Live on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH. Drop your comments there. Active on X, formerly Twitter, Nigeria Info PH. Drop your comments there. And also, drop your comments on YouTube, your live Nigerian for PH. I've got Robin. Robin is calling from HA. Let's find out what Robin has to say. Hello, Robin.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yes, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You see, my take on the response of the former governor of Rivers State is worrisome. If you separate his response from the rest ministers, the others are very calm. They said they were going to ensure that they carry on the mandate of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the renewed hope, and all that. Very calm, all that are reason. But for the former governor of Rivers State, my own in-law, I am not surprised because I told my friends when he was appointed minister, was going to do something unique. That they should give me 6 months that houses will fall. As I'm talking now, those my friends that talk with me, they are hearing me. But my worry is, a minister of FCT, where all the country's ambassadors reside, for him to begin to speak in that manner as if he was talking to in River State, that houses will fall and heaven will not fall.
So let me ask you a question, Robin.
Ask me,
Robin, houses falling, houses that have been built illegally, and and they are demolished, is it a wrong move? Is it a wrong thing?
See, let me tell you something.
No. You have not answered my question. There is no diplomacy in illegality. If you've built a house on the wrong path, what does the law say? Does the law say demolish or not?
That is area I'm coming now. Listen to me, Kalada.
Okay, I'm listening.
As a minister of FCT, I said that is the highest office.
All right.
But let me tell you something. If somebody does something illegally, when the time comes, you approach it. You deal with the matter. You don't take a conclusion without hearing the other side.
Okay.
Who tells you now that somebody tomorrow did not build the proper place? My worry is his comment. I will bring down the house.
But he said it's not. But he said it's not from. Did you listen to the clip I played? He said it's not vendetta. It's not going to be witch hunting. It's just going to be people who have not done the right thing, and that's the point.
Okay, let me ask you, Kalada. Okay. If you are doing your job legitimately while you're working there, is there any need telling anybody say heaven will not fall?
All right then. I get your point.
What's the purpose of heaven?
All right, Robin, thank you. I've got other people waiting.
God bless you, the farmer calling from the train.
I've got Ikechi from Eneka. Ikechi, welcome on the show. Let's get your thoughts on this, please.
Good afternoon, KD.
Good afternoon to you, Ikechi.
How is the work going?
It's going great. It's going great. We're having a great time.
All right.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay.
The ministers have been sworn in. I would specifically like to take a comment on two this Minister Wike and the Minister of Niger Delta.
Okay.
All right. Concerning Wike's comment and his promises that there will be no open grazing, there will be demolition of houses, it will not be out of bad blood.
He talked about security as well. He talked about infrastructure, building bridges, and all of that.
You see, after the 8 years of Wike as governor, after sitting down to properly analyze them, from my own point of view, and many others will accept this too, between the lines, you find out that Wike will perform more as a works minister.
Okay.
Look at what he did in Port Harcourt. The flyovers, the buildings, the projects. If you look at it in the reign of both him and Umahi was a bit more diversified than Wike.
Okay.
And that is based on me reading out the achievements in office. Now, to move over to Abubakar Momo, what do I have to say? The Niger Delta has suffered in the hands of corrupt individuals and kakistocrats. And I'm sorry to say this. No amount of promises now will make us to jump up. My brother, the Niger Delta is supposed to have passed this level.
All right.
We should be power movers in telecom, digitalization, agriculture, innovation. There are things we can do here. But unfortunately, we have had a set of people that have prided in narcissism and constant selfishness that has kept the African continent where it is today. What we need now is a performing government.
Okay.
And not promises.
All right.
We have been hearing promises for the years.
But Mr. Ikechi, thank you very much. But then again, the minister said the federal government's drive or vision for the Niger Delta is to ensure that the east-west road is fixed. I've got Hector. Hector's had a long wait. Hector, welcome. Let's talk.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, welcome, please.
There is a particular ministry that is a super ministry amongst all ministry that any president that comes want to hold on to that ministry. He did not make mention of that ministry.
But we still don't know if the president will take on the Ministry of Petroleum.
But we
speculations.
have a junior minister. As we have minister for state.
We're waiting for the substantive minister. So let's
and
see how it plays.
He has not made any statement.
So that's why we can't talk about what he has not made a statement on.
Okay, I just wish that he does not take it.
Okay.
Because there are certain questions that we are not asking, which is Section 138 of the Constitution. So I just wish that he will not repeat same history that President Buhari and Obasanjo did.
All right then. Thank you very much, Hector. Thank you very much. I've got Frank from D-Line. Frank, greetings to you. Welcome on the show. What's on your mind? Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, Frank, good afternoon to you.
Yes. Let me dwell on my former governor in that matter. The Minister of FCT said he will demolish illegal structure in Abuja.
Yeah, but remember, he said it's not out of
that thing is in the law.
It's in the law.
And
okay.
The FCT minister cannot go contrary against the law of the land.
Okay.
You know, the way people are reacting in this matter, you look at him with the man want to go and with one.
That's how he sounded.
To some politician in
Frank,
APC or PDP. No.
Frank,
the man say he will demolish illegal structure.
Okay.
That is what he said. And if you know the meaning of illegal structure, people don't need to argue it. So if there is anyone feel aggrieved of what the man said yesterday, the man should go and read, check the Constitution of Nigeria and the Act FCTDC. So the man has never go contrary to the law. Okay. So please, people should allow the man to carry on his assignment. And I even wish him well there. Let God protect him and guide him for me. Because I love the man so dear. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. I was going to tell you that the manner in which he also communicated his dreams, aspirations, and visions for the FCT may be the reason why people like Voila, who's one of the aides to Atiku, have been reacting the way that they have been reacting. Clinton from Bori. Clinton, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Clinton. What's on your mind, please?
Yeah, my former governor, who is now the minister of the FCT, loves media and publicity. The man generates traction on social media on daily basis. so I actually see it. Even though what he's saying is right, Kalada, but the way he says it makes it look like it's a vendetta against perceived political opposition.
Okay.
And that's the way I see it. But let's not forget how he made executive orders in Rivers State to attack opposition parties. Then that aside, in the new minister of NDC, of Niger Delta Development, says he will fix the East-West Road. I commend him for that because we know that road has been a problem. Then this region, that is not just our problem because this region produces a lot, contributes a lot to the federal revenue. And the region is so underdeveloped. This region is supposed to be a mini Dubai with our resources, but we are impoverished because of corrupt politicians, corrupt leaders that siphon the wealth of the common man. So I want to believe that this new minister will act his word and not just say it. We need development in the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Clinton. I've got George from Eleme. George, greetings to you. Tell me what's on your mind, please.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to join to put my voice with other callers talking about Wike's. Now we are aware of Wike's donation, so it's not because he's rude. That's how he talks. So why don't we focus on getting the message?
Okay.
Then on the other side, I want to go to the second stanza for our national anthem that says, "Guide thou our leaders right and help the youth the truth to know." Is Wike saying the truth? Do you have a property that is illegally built on any part of the Abuja? Then you need to worry about it. Why are we attacking a man who is trying to do the right thing? The leaders are trying to do it right, and we are not saying the truth. We are focusing on this nation. That's how Wike talks. So we should accept Wike the way
okay. So let's go to the
work.
content now. You've mentioned the content. Now let's go to the content. He talked about security, infrastructural development, building roads, bridges. That he wants Abuja to be indeed the federal capital territory. Talked about refuse disposal, but big on the list of promises is removing headers from grazing openly, and also he talked about demolition houses. So what's your take on all of that? And remember,
isn't that what we
he
all
said
are praying to see?
Okay.
That's what we are trying to see. He promised Port Harcourt to take the face of Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt used to be like a village, like a poultry. He made it look like the Port Harcourt we all dream for. And now he has looked into Abuja. He has seen it, that this is the capital. It should look like the capital. Why would people build chalets on the roadside? Why would people trade on the roadside? So let's allow him to develop the city so we can have something to look out for tomorrow.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much. I've got Susie from Erema. Susie, greetings to you. Welcome.
I greet you. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Everybody is entitled to his opinion.
Of course.
Mostly in a political atmosphere like this, is bound to have misconceptions. I believe that whatever responsibility that is given to the Minister of FCT and whatever he has said will be hinging on a law guarding that environment.
All right.
Canada, Abuja Master Plan was actually adumbrated upon in 1976. And then there are areas that are called green areas. If you travel to Abuja during rainy season, it will be very, very unfortunate for you to see that the road linking to the airport is always flooded. And to that extent, it has been identified that people are now building on the areas known as plain areas, floodplain areas, now blocking that place. So if you say from the intonation of the former governor, who is now the minister of FCT, that from there anybody can draw any conclusion and read meanings into it, that is because our mind does not run the same thing. I'm also speaking from that angle of partisanship to say that it is not me, and not we have court in here. If the governor, if the minister would just arbitrarily go and demolish somebody's house, even when people make reference to River State, did Wike as a governor take bulldozer to bulldoze anybody's house in River State as we are making reference? Even the article spokesperson said he should not cause problems. That is because article spokesperson is seen Wike from the angle of
but do you remember the AIT incident? Talking about bulldozing, the AIT incident where they were going to take back the land. Yes.
So now the issue of AIT, if we go into it, it has so many gory tales. Because it's a matter that have a litigation kind of.
All right, then. You have a point. You have a point in that.
To go into it, so I think that is just it.
All right.
That action was taken, I think the court was also aware.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got to let you go. I've got Melody from Rumigbo. Melody, greetings to you. Welcome on the show. Let's get what's on your mind now, please.
Canada.
Yes, Melody.
I would say individual characteristics does not determine who a good leader is.
Okay.
Why did I say so?
You tell me.
You see, Wike, I like perfectly his style of leadership. He will give it the way you want it. Now, people mostly complain that he's rowdy, talks too much. Yes, it's better than telling somebody what you do to him so that he'll be aware. Not maybe you want to do something to the person and you're pretending. Now, you know that all through this time, we had Wike in River State, and some people say that he talks too much. Now, he brought same. Now, same don't used to talk. People are complaining.
Melody, there should be a balance, don't you think? You should communicate with the people and not necessarily. And there should be a balance.
People, mostly Nigerians, you cannot control human beings. They are the most difficult thing you can do.
All right. Then.
So this man has told you that if you build on the wrong side, I will demolish your house, whether you like it or not. And he will do it.
All right.
So there is no need painting something that is white, your painting is black. It's wrong.
All right, then.
So me, I enjoy his style of leadership, and I'm missing him in our state. I just wish I can join them there in Abuja.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got Ida from Inkoro. Ida, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Canada, greetings to you, my brother.
Yes.
I want to thank the former governor of Rivers State, the capacity man. Canada, if I want to do something, I hide it. I believe people don't know when I do this. They say, why did you tell me? If I open up and tell people that this is what I'm going to do, people say, hey, this, that. We can do this one, complain. We can do this one, complain. We can do this one. Anywhere we can go, I go. I support him.
All right.
Any house we know the right place, scatter them.
Okay.
Make Abuja like London.
But
Do River State. Come and see River State today. When it was building flyover, people are crying. This, that. When I cannot die, I'm coming to your station. It will not take me up to 30 minutes to reach your station.
Right.
It will take me up to 1 hour, 30 minutes to reach your station because more hold up.
All right.
So Wike, I support you.
All
Do
right.
whatever they want to do in Abuja. Make
Thank you.
Abuja clean for Rivers people and other Nigerians.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The former governor Wike.
All right. Enough of the praise singing. Thank you very much. But then again, I hope that you understand the angle I brought the conversation from. I intentionally cut the part where he said it's not vendetta, it's not the political move or a witch hunt. It is basically ensuring that what is the right thing, is done, and that's what he's all about. But I've got Braid, and Braid is calling from Buguma. Braid, greetings to you. Welcome on the show. Let's talk.
Yeah, Mr. Batubo, greetings to you from Buguma City.
Greetings to you.
Yeah, Mr. Batubo, if you look at your past calls that I have made, I told you, I think Wike, former governor of Rivers State, being appointed as FCT minister, he will go there and begin to chase his political opponent and Mr. President political opponent.
But he has said he will not do that. I mean, I played the soundbite and I quoted him.
It's easier said than done. What has the AIP done to him? Late Raymond Jopesi refused to support him. If not, AIT has acquired that place for how many decades before Governor Wike became a governor, former governor?
We'll let the courts decide. I hear the cases in courts.
The courts.
Exactly.
It's under litigation in any case. The governor of Rivers State, Chiere filling station and other things that he went and barricade. What has Chiere done to him? Because Chiere refused to support him. I will mention a lot at OGRA that he went and demolished because he refused to support him.
All right.
And that is the kind of leadership Nigeria don't want. But I want to appeal to the former governor, now FCT minister. Let him be very, very cooperative in taking some decisions.
All right.
Right now, FCT, you should be able to know we have S-men, we have Boko Haram, we have unknown gunmen. Let him not jeopardize his life and his family's life. Let him do the job with all sense of decorum.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Braid from Buguma. I've got Oko Inamdi saying that in recent times, Ministry of Information has always been known to peddle lies and other unwholesome activities. Okay, but this minister, Idris, is saying it's not going to be like that. There will be no use of lies to defend the government. Comrade Clinton, I thank you very much. I see your message. Ogu Ojon Justice says, now that Wike is taking his political model to Abuja, sealing off the business premises of his perceived political enemies and the militia, let's see how it goes. But yet again, I'm not getting, I don't know if you understand it. Anyways, it looks like I'm now the mouthpiece of the former governor, so I'm just going to allow you your views. While God's Power says, Wike's statement is not the way a leader would have to address his people. He was talking like I can use that word on radio, and you said it's quite irresponsible. It's not going to develop the land if he meant, if actually that's what he meant. Okay. Aloze King Chigaze says, all these are pure political statements. At this critical time, Nigerians are expecting words that match with proactive action, which will foster results, not promising and promising. I wouldn't count on these assurances because we have been listening to more serious ones than this. Ogu Ojon Justice comes back and he says, please disallow your caller from informing the public. Nowhere in Abuja got flooded when it rained except main flood itself. But I think that's not entirely true. There was an estate which has been marked for demolition, by the way, that got flooded when it rained. Was it last month? Was it 2 months ago? I can't remember the name of the estate, but it did rain and it did flood. Thank God Ability Atwebu says, Wike is the first Christian minister for Federal Capital Territory, and I strongly believe there isn't one. Yes, and Wike will bring rapid development in FCT. Abuja residents should thank God that Bola Tinubu appointed Wike as FCT minister, because Wike will scatter FCT with infrastructural development. What has religion got to do with this? Thank God. What has religious got to do with this? This one says, Kalada, it's a pity that he called it in the name of my colleague, and he said he has turned you to his kind of journalism, which is lopsided, sycophantic, and childish journalism. You were better than this when you were at another radio station. It would be fair if okay, I get you. Thank you very much, Promise Chooks Humphrey. Because I don't share your opinion does not make me lopsided, does it? I wonder, but thank you nonetheless. I've got Kana Bright, and it says the former governor Nyesom Wike as a minister of FCT will deliver, and he said is watching from the UAE. All right, thank you very much. Let's get to the WhatsApp platform. All right, I'm not going to read that one. Let's see. All right, that's a story, not from me. This one is from Emioka Monday JP Adomagwa. It says, even though Minister of FCT demolished all the illegal structures in the city, it can never develop. We should focus on how to clean Abuja, make all the facilities work like in London. All right, that's a good contribution, Emeka. Omioka, thank you very much. And this one says, nobody is talking about the Minister of Information and Orientation that said the president did not send him to come and lie to the people. We're talking about the man that granted a press conference. To me, Ogori from Port Harcourt. I wonder why nobody is talking about that. I really do. I share your sentiments there. This one says, please, how many people will benefit from the FCT environment? Why don't we develop the whole of Nigeria? Imagine a big refuge dump welcoming visitors along Airport Road in Port Harcourt. Okay, good contribution there. Let's see. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. If houses would fall in FCT, I believe those buildings were erected on permits from authorities. What happened to those who granted such permit? Another angle to the conversation. We'll go for another, quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some more. Rather, I read some more messages, and then it will be time for the business news. Stay tuned.
You've got big dreams, but you know it'll take hard work.